Sean Penn has a lot to say about people who refuse to get the vaccine. While on CNN, he said he doesn't want the unvaccinated going to the theater to see his new movie, Flag Day. Take a look.
I would request that only vaccinated audiences have an opportunity to see this theatrically. It's rare these days to have something that is exclusively theatrical. You know, eventually it will stream. And that's a better time for the unvaccinated to see it, though I think I'll probably offend them out of that choice. With something like this, you can't go around pointing a gun in somebody's face, which is what it is when people are unvaccinated.
Powerful words, Al. What do you think?
I think that with words like that, we're further getting into them and us, because that's all the people here. People don't care about this movie. People don't care about, you know, one specific place. When people hear unvaccinated, they hear us. They hear our people, the people I talk to on the internet for 6, 8, 10 hours a day. And we're going to get further and further into a divide. I think almost as deep as racial and ideological and religious. They're going to just be people that are unvaccinated, and that's how they identify, and they will be willing to lose their lives or risk your life because of it.
I think it's a little covert versus overt, and when things are covert, like, you really have to take a stand and be overt about it. Like, it's not like race where people are like, oh, I can identify you based on what you look like, right? I think this is very telling because we're in a capitalist society. So for anyone to say, I don't want a segment of the population to even go and watch this movie when it isn't available anywhere else, tells you how much that industry is suffering, and subsequently many other industries are suffering. I think we're also at a divide between people who were affected by this pandemic and people who were more or less unaffected by the pandemic. It didn't change their day-to-day. It didn't change whether they worked or not. So we're having two different conversations. But when people start saying, like, this is what we need to get back to normal because it's had that much effect on our economy, that's telling in itself.
And what about all the other people that worked on that movie, right, that have their own opinions? Now, he's the face of the movie. He came out, I don't know how much back end he gets or other people on that movie, but it's going to affect the box office, right? We're divided as a country. We're split in half. You just offended half of America. They are not going to see this movie or any other movie you put out because of that statement. That's why I don't like when entertainers from any aspect, whether it be a singer, an actor, get involved in things like politics, because it does. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I would never do that if I was an entertainer, to put it out there so black and white as to, don't come see my movie because this is what I believe. That's
especially
it's just counterproductive, in my opinion. If his goal is to get more people vaccinated, is to somehow debunk misinformation, to your point, it just pushes people farther apart. No one's going to listen.
Alienation and judgment does not work,
It
Sam.
doesn't.
And we keep, even if you're upset, you have to remember that. And like you said, it's going to cost the people. Sean Penn's fine financially.
What about the people that can't get vaccinated?
Right.
You know, some people really can't get vaccinated. So, I don't know. All right, interesting conversation coming up on DBS.